live?
Yes, hold on, it's just, they had to restart. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Isabella Perez, Recreation Leader for the City of Socorro. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Before the meeting begins, we would like to remind our guests to remove all hats and silence all electronic devices. No destructive behavior or outbursts will be tolerated, and violators are subject to ejection and possible prosecution.
Hola, mi nombre es Judy Rodríguez, secretaria de Planificación de la Ciudad de Socorro. Gracias por participar en la reunión de hoy. Antes de que comience la reunión, nos gustaría recordarles a nuestros invitados favor de quitarse los sombreros y silenciar todos los dispositivos electrónicos. No se tolerará ningún comportamiento perturbador ni exabrupto y los infractores estarán sujetos a expulsión y posible procesamiento.
Very good, thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you all to the special council meeting. Today's March the 11th of 2026. It's 6:03 p.m. and I call this meeting to order. As always, we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Thank you all. Be seated. Okay, at this time, we're going to go ahead and establish quorum.
Ruben Reyes is absent. Cesar Nevares.
Here.
Alejandro Garcia.
Here.
Rudy Cruz Jr.
Here.
Gina Cordero is absent. And Irene Rojas.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum?
Thank you, Ms. Navarro. Do we have any speakers signed up for public
No
comment?
speakers, Mayor.
Okay, as there are no speakers for public comment, we're going to go ahead and move to, do I have a motion to consent?
Motion to consent agenda?
Approved.
Motion to approve consent agenda? Second.
Second.
There's been a motion and second to approve consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Okay, moving on to regular agenda. This is agenda item number 6. This is a public hearing of an ordinance approving a preliminary plat and final plat and a variance request from section 46-451, general regulations, sub D height requirements to allow a 50-foot maximum allowable building height instead of a 45 maximum height limitation to allow for industrial development for Socorro Logistics Center, Unit 6 being all of Tract 5, a portion of Tract 4, 6, 8A, and a portion of Mesa Spur Drain, all within the block Grant 5, Socorro Grant, El Paso County, Texas, according to the resurvey of said Socorro Grant made by El Paso County, Texas, for tax purposes and a portion of Lot 1, Block 2, Socorro Logistics Center, Unit 2, Socorro, Texas. And it's 6:05 p.m. and the public hearing is now open.
No speakers, Mayor.
As there are no speakers, we're going to go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:06 p.m. Agenda item number 7, this is the second reading and adoption of an ordinance approving a preliminary plat and final plat and a variance request from section 46-451, general regulations, Section D, 8 height requirements to allow a 50-foot maximum allowable building height instead of a 45 maximum height limitation to allow for industrial development for Socorro Logistics Center, Unit 6 being all of Tract 5, a portion of Tract 4, 6, 8A, and a portion of Mesa Spur Drain, all within Block 5, Socorro Grant, El Paso County, Texas, according to the resurvey of said Socorro Grant made by El Paso County, Texas, for tax purposes, and a portion of Lot 1, Block 2, Socorro Logistics Center, Unit 2, Socorro, Texas.
Motion to approve?
Second. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Lorene Quimiro, City Planner. Item number 7 for your consideration is a preliminary plat, final plat, and variance request from section 46-451 height requirements for the Socorro Logistics Unit 6 subdivision. I sent you two. The backup, the second one I sent was, I apologize, there was one on the 11th and one the 30th. The one from way earlier in the day. Sorry about that. So this subdivision request is for Unit 6. The property is zoned ICMUD. At your March 3rd meeting, you approved a rezoning request from agricultural to ICMUD for the portion that was remaining as agricultural for this subdivision. The property owner, Socorro Logistics LLC, and their representative, CEA Group, Jorge Grajeda, is in attendance and can answer any questions that you might have. The lot is 42.74 acres in size. In summary, the request is for approval of a preliminary plat and final plat, variance request for the height requirement of Socorro Logistics Center Unit 6. Staff recommends approval of the preliminary, final, and variance request. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted 4-0 at their March 3rd to approve the preliminary, final, and variance request. The zoning map shows the ICMUD zoning district. As mentioned previously, the remainder portion, which had been agricultural, was approved for ICMUD at your March 3rd meeting. The aerial photograph shows the undeveloped land highlighted in yellow for Socorro Logistics Unit 6. Photographs taken from Socorro Distribution Drive show the vacant land, the preliminary plat, and the final plat, showing the one lot for Socorro Logistics Unit 6 and the extension of Socorro Distribution Drive. This next slide is the plat exhibit showing Socorro Logistics Unit 6 in relation to the other lots within Socorro Logistics Park and the proposed building. In summary, the request is for approval of a preliminary plat, final plat, and variance request for the height requirements to allow a 50-foot maximum allowable building height instead of the 45-foot maximum height limitation currently allowed. And this would be for Socorro Logistics Center Unit 6. With that, staff can answer any questions, and Mr. Grajeda is in attendance to answer any questions that you might have as well.
Any questions, Mr. Nevares?
Excuse the ignorance, young man. 45 to 50, what's the big difference? What's the purpose?
So it's so that it keeps in line with the.
Can we just address the mic in case there's any listeners on?
Yeah, absolutely. Good afternoon, Mayor, members of Council. Jorge Grajeda with CA Group. To answer that question is just to keep it in line with the existing buildings that are currently out there at the Socorro Logistics site.
50.
They're all 50, correct.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments on this item? No? I believe there was a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? That motion carries. Thank you. Agenda item number 8. This is a public hearing of an ordinance approving a preliminary plat and final plat and a variance request from section 46-451, general regulations subsection D, height requirements to allow a 50-foot maximum allowable building height instead of the 45 maximum height limitation to allow for industrial development for Socorro Logistics Center Unit 7, being a portion of tracks 2, 3, 4, and 8A, all within Block 5, Socorro Grant, El Paso County, Texas, according to the resurvey of said Socorro Grant made by El Paso County, Texas, for tax purposes.
Motion to, sorry.
It's 6:11 p.m. and public hearing is now open.
No speakers, Mayor.
As there are no speakers, we're going to go ahead and close the public hearing also at 6:11 p.m. Agenda item number 9. This is the second reading and adoption of an ordinance approving a preliminary plat and final plat and a variance request from section 46-451, the general regulations subsection D, height requirements to allow a 50-foot maximum allowable building height instead of the 45 maximum height limitation to allow for industrial development for Socorro Logistics Center Unit 7, being a portion of tracks 2, 3, 4, and 8A, all within Block 5, Socorro Grant, El Paso County, Texas, according to the resurvey of said Socorro Grant made by El Paso County, Texas for tax purposes.
Motion to approve. Public hearing.
Second.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Item number 9, preliminary final plat and variance request for Socorro Logistics, Unit 7. The property is located within the Socorro Logistics Park off of North Loop and Nuevo Ecotanks. The property address is Socorro Distribution Drive. The property owner, Socorro Logistics Land, LLC. Their representative, CEA Group, and Jorge Grajeda is in attendance to answer any questions that you might have. The lot is 35.28 acres in size and currently zoned ICMUD. The current land is vacant and undeveloped. In summary, the request is for approval of a preliminary plat, final plat, and variance to the height requirements for Socorro Logistics Unit 7. The Planning and Zoning staff recommends approval. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted unanimously with 4 members present to approve the preliminary plat, final plat, and variance request at their March 3rd meeting. The next slide shows the zoning map, the ICMUD Industrial Commercial Mixed Use Zoning District of the property. Highlighted in yellow is the Logistics Unit 7 plat area. The aerial shows the undeveloped land. Site photographs taken from Socorro Distribution Drive. And the preliminary plat. The final plat shows the single lot for Socorro Logistics Center Unit 7. And the plat exhibit, toward the middle of the plat exhibit, identified in yellow is Socorro Logistics Unit 7, the proposed building, and its accompanying parking and ponding. In summary, the request is for approval of a preliminary final plat and variance for the height requirements to allow for a maximum 50-foot allowable building height instead of the 45-foot required maximum height limitation to allow for industrial development for the Socorro Logistics Center Unit 7 subdivision. With that, staff can answer any questions, and the representative can answer any questions that you might have as well.
Do any members of council have any questions or comments on this one here? No? There was a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? No? That motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Camilo.
Thank you.
Do we have any items to discuss for 10, 11, or 12?
No, sir.
Motion to delete items 10, 11, and 12.
Second.
There's a motion and second to delete items 10, 11, and 12. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. I have a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting adjourns at 6:15 p.m. Thank you.